Good afternoon and welcome to this week's edition of Tech Talk Tuesday. My name is John Talkington with Apex Network Solutions, where we help you manage your technology so that you can manage your business. This week, we're talking about cloud-based storage. When I say cloud-based storage, what we're talking about is Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive, Box.com, any of those kinds of services that will allow you to create a folder on your computer and have it sync to online storage in the cloud. I'm going to show you what this looks like today in OneDrive because that's the service I use most often. They all work in a very similar way. They work by installing a little piece of software on your computer. That software takes anything you put in a particular set of folders and syncs it out to the cloud. Then lets you sync that same information down to another computer, to your laptop, or to anything of that nature, or get to it through a web page. If you're logging in or you're sitting at somebody else's computer, you need access to your documents. So if you're here with us, I'm going to pause right here. If you're here with us, if you haven't already followed our page, please follow our Apex page. We put out these things every Tuesday afternoon. Hope you'll find them to be useful. We won't inundate you with a bunch of messages, but we will put some interesting things out. We also ask that you'll say hi to us in the chat box so that we know you're here. And at the end of this video, of this session, we'll take some time to answer some questions if anybody has any. Drop your questions in the chat, and I'll get to those once we get to the end of this. So let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to flip over to my laptop over here, and I'm going to take my face off the screen so you guys don't have to look at me anymore. And you'll notice over here on my laptop, I've got a folder open. It says Tech Talk Tuesday so that I know where I'm looking. This is in my documents folder on the laptop that happens to be synchronized out to OneDrive. I'm going to create a new document on this laptop. I'm just going to open up Word. I'm going to open up a blank document. We're going to say, Hello World. And we're going to save this, and I want to make sure it goes into the folder I want it in. So we're going to put it in the Tech Talk Tuesday folder and hit save. And if I minimize this, you'll see that it's sitting here, and it's that little blue circle says that we're syncing this information out to the cloud. And I'm going to flip over here. So now we're over here. We're looking at the desktop computer. On my desktop, you'll see that our Hello World document is here. It's got a cloud status that says it exists in the cloud, but it's not yet on this computer. The availability says it's available when online. If I'm connected to the internet, I can get to it. If I weren't connected to the internet, I wouldn't be able to get to it. I can double click on this document and it will download it, open up Word. There's my Hello World. I can edit the document. Hello back. Save it. Close it. If I go back over to our laptop screen here, you'll see that it is currently in the process of syncing that data over. And if we look here in Word, you see it's already updated the file to include what I did on the other computer. So that's one of our advantages of saving this data in the cloud. I can actually share that file with somebody else, send it to them as a link through email, give them the ability to edit that document when I send it to them, or restrict them from editing it when I send it to them. But if I give them the ability to edit it, we can then collaborate on the document. Oftentimes we can be in the same document at the same time and collaborate on that kind of stuff. So that part is very cool. It also means that these documents are available on my tablet, on my phone, on any other internet connected devices that I have that have the synchronization client out there for them. I can go get to that stuff, or can simply get to a web page. I can get to this data on a web page. If I open up office.com over here on the laptop, and then to OneDrive, Tuesday. There's my document sitting there on the web where I can get to it wherever I need to be. So there's several advantages to this. You can get to your document wherever in the world you are, so long as you've got internet access. You can email it and collaborate on it with other people if you need to collaborate on that document. If you've got a document that's really big, some documents are too big to email to somebody, you can use that email link option to send a link to the document to somebody so that they can download it if it's too big for them to receive the whole document as an email. If I have to set myself up on a new computer, say the hard drive in my laptop goes out and I have to reinstall it, all I have to do is reconnect to the OneDrive service, and all of those documents I've saved to OneDrive are immediately available to me on that laptop. So it's not really a backup, and we'll talk more about backup solutions on another Tech Talk, but it can short circuit the time to recovery if you've got your data saved out there in the cloud. One of the things you might be concerned about is security, and you should be concerned about security. If you're going to put all of your documents, all of your pictures out there in a cloud-based account, you want to be sure that that account is secure. That means choosing a trusted partner, whether it's Google, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Box.com or Dropbox, whoever you choose to run that service, you want to make sure you know who that is. You want to make sure you know what their rights and permissions are to your data. You also want to be sure that you choose a genuinely secure password. If possible, you want to make sure you turn on two-factor authentication. Password security and two-factor authentication are the subject of another Tech Talk Tuesday we did several weeks ago. Go look that up and watch that, see how you can turn those features on so that you keep that data secure. So that's what we have to say today about online storage. I personally find it incredibly useful to increase my productivity, to make it easier for me to swap back and forth from one computer to another, or to be able to look up data on my phone if I need to get to it on my phone for some reason, and to keep that data accessible.